Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Piper. This is a new YouTube channel where I want to show you how to do your makeup, how to do simple things that might not be easy for everybody, how to do crazy things that are definitely a lot more hard and more intricate and take a lot more time and detail. That's what I like to do. But I'm going to be starting this channel off by doing a soft glam look as seen right here. I just walked you through my whole face except for my eyebrows and my eyelashes, but that takes a little bit more time to do off camera, but I will definitely do a video on that if you guys want me to. Let's just get started. Okay, so I've already done my eyebrows, but I still need to prime, so I'm going to take the Milani Primer, and I'm gonna start to apply that to my nose and my T-zone so that I can be nice and primed up. That's where I mostly need primer, but I definitely will add more to the rest of my face so that my foundation will sit on top of that and blend together nicely and last for a few hours until I take it off later because it is nighttime. So I'm now going to take my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the shade 185, and that's what I'm looking for right there, by the way. I'm going to put that on the back of my hand, grab my damp beauty blender, don't know what I was doing, and I'm just going to start to tap that on my face like so. It is pretty drying, so you do need a good primer, but I don't have that, so it definitely looks very cakey when I'm in natural lighting. I am actually getting the Fenty Beauty matte finish primer on Wednesday, I believe, so I will probably do a video on how I like that, or I'll just add it into one of my videos. I'm going to continue to pat that on my face like so. You don't want to drag it because then you're going to get streaks, which I'm pretty sure I'm about to explain, like right there. I just like to lightly tap my face just so I'm getting a flawless blend that I will be satisfied with later. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it underneath my eye where I like to highlight my face the most, and I'm just going to place that, or I'm going to shape that into a triangle sort of shape, if that makes sense, and I'm going to take that on the other side of my eye and do the same thing, just like that, and I'm going to take that on my chin, underneath my nose, so where my cupid's bow is kind of, and on the bridge of my nose, and then in between my eyebrows, like right now, and then up towards the middle of my forehead, but not going up too high. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of that concealer and I'm going to place it on my eyelid so that later on when I actually prime my eyelids, there's already something there to work with. Just like that. Now I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and I'm going to start to blend my concealer in, and I'm doing so by looking upwards so that I'm getting everything, and I'm going to start to blend that on my other eye underneath, and I'm going to blend that downwards so that I'm getting everything and I'm concealing everything and I'm blending everything perfectly. Okay, so now I'm going to start to blend my nose and my forehead, and I'm going to use tapping motion so that I'm getting the best blend I can. I'm not going to want streaks later on, so tapping that will help you have the best. So now I'm going to take my Airspun Translucent Loose Powder, and I'm going to take that on my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to start to tap that underneath my eye. I use the same sort of tapping motions as I do when I'm blending out my foundation and concealer, just so I'm not leaving streaks. Really remember that, guys. That's super important if you want your face to look super flawless and good. So just continue to pat that underneath. I'm going to do that on the other eye now. I'm going to look up because that definitely helps me to really get everywhere, and I'm just going to continue doing that and looking up, and I'm going to take that on my chin and everywhere else where I applied concealer, and just set everywhere where I applied a lot of concealer. So now I'm going to start to prime my lids. I'm going to be using the Milani primer, and I'm going to be using the Urban Decay primer potion. I'm going to take that on the back of my hand and have it all blended out, and then I'm going to start to apply that with a flat brush. I'm going to start to blend that out all over the lid and making sure that I'm getting everywhere so that it's not patchy and everything is getting the right amount of product. Now I'm going to do that on the other side of my eye, and I'm doing this because I really want my eyeshadow to be vibrant and blended and just perfect. Now I'm going to take that on my lower lash line so that when I apply my eyeshadow down there, it is just as the same on my eyelid. So for today, as I said earlier in the beginning of my video, I'm going to be doing a soft glam look. I really like this palette for when I'm trying to do more neutral looks and when I'm trying to use more pinky tones and brown tones, and there's very, very, very pigmented and pretty shimmers and glitters in here. We're going to go in with a Beauty Accents Defining Eyeshadow Brush. I just got this from the drugstore. And we're going to go in with Gingerbread Glam, and we're just going to start by popping that in the crease. The outer crease is where I like to personally start. You can start wherever, but I just pack on a good amount like so. See, that's already a ton, and I'm going to tap off my brush just on the side of my table, and I'm going to start using circular motions to blend that upwards and outwards towards like this. So by doing this, you're going to get rid of that harsh line that you just like packed it on with, and you're going to start to soften that up. And like I said before, I'm using circular motions. I actually have been watching a ton of Nikki tutorial videos, and I really, really like that trick that she uses, so I started to use it, and my eyeshadow started to blend a lot better than just like going like that. So I'm just going to start to go back into the crease, and I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm just going to pack a little bit more onto there because I want it to be a little bit more deeper right there. And then like I said before, I'm just going to do soft circular motions, especially focusing outwards so that it's not as harsh. And I'm not sure if I'm going to decide to cut right there, but if I do, that will be a lot easier, so that when I'm cutting it right there, it will be a lot easier to clean up after. Okay, so now I'm going to start to extend it. So I'm going to bring it like this, more in the inner part of your crease, and you're going to face it more upwards towards the beginning of your brow. I would say that this is just like looks a lot better if you're bringing it more upwards, like right here. You can do what you want. You can go more lower. I know that my girls with hooded eyes should go a little bit more higher, and definitely right there looks amazing with their eyes, and it really accentuates the feeling of the eyeshadow that they are using. So I would definitely recommend that if you have hooded eyes. But I just think it looks really pretty. I'm going to take my flat brush again, and I'm just going to actually take a little bit of my Fenty foundation, and I'm going to grab a tiny bit, and I'm going to cut right here, trying to drag it up towards the tail of my brow. And I do this when I want a more clean look and I'm not really sure if I'm going to use eyeliner, so especially when I am doing more neutral or natural or soft glam looks, I tend to cut right there so that it looks more sophisticated and clean once you have lashes on. So I'm just going to continue to clean this up like so, by blending outwards like this. Okay, so I'm back. I just took a little break, so this might be a little bit of a different setup. I'm not really sure, but instead of cutting my crease, since this is a soft glam look, I'm just going to go over where it's a little bit lighter. I did that on purpose, and I'm going to go in with Lick the Spoon in the same palette. And you just want to kind of create an upwards half sort of circle like you were cutting your crease, but without the concealer or foundation. And I'm just going to build that up, and I'm going to extend it to about the middle of my crease. And I'm not going to go too high, but I'm definitely going to pack on a lot so I can blend it out in a second, just like that. So I am dragging it a little bit upwards just so it's more in my crease. I'm going to take that same brush that has a little bit of the leftover of this color, which is Gingerbread Glam, and I'm going to take that and blend it into the crease. And I'm just going to soften up that so it looks a little bit more blended and neat. And I'm going to extend that right there so that it's more blended and not as harsh. I'm going to take the Gingerbread Glam, just a little bit, tap it off. And I'm going to try to connect that to right where the eyeshadow meets the eye, and I'm going to drag it down onto my lower lash line. I'm being very careful because my eyes tend to water a lot, so I'm just going to look upwards. Like this. And to add a little bit more glitter, I'm going to take the Stila glitter in Follow the Sun. And I'm just going to take it and apply it sparsely where I put the other shimmery shade. So I'm going to do this eye off camera. I'm going to pop on some lashes and then I'm going to be back to do the base with you guys. So I put my lashes on and I used Caution Extreme Lash Mascara to blend them into each other and for my lower lash line. I'm going to be taking the KKW Fair Contour Stick in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to start dragging that onto my cheekbone, like so, just for some color and shape. I'm going to put that on my nose, and I'm going to put it on the tip of my nose to create the illusion I would like for my nose. I'm going to turn my huge forehead into a smaller one, being careful not to get it in my hair because I can't ruin my hair any more than I already have. I can use a brush, but I prefer using a beauty blender because it just always looks way better. I'm just using tapping motions just like with my concealer and my foundation, and I'm just blending it into my skin. So now I'm going to start to blend my nose contour in, being super careful not to make it look super patchy because that's one of the problems I have. But I'm going to try a new trick in the next video to see if it works, and maybe I'll do a whole video. With that, I'm going to take just a sampler of the Tarte Quirky blush, and I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to pat it on there. There's something on this brush. I'm going to pat it on there, and I'm going to just smile and put it on the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to bring it up into my contour like that, just for a better blend. I'm just going to pop. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow in the shade Perla. I'm going to take a fan brush. I have it on the back of my finger, or on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to take it like so. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that because my phone sucks, but in person it is blinding. It's kind of sheer, but for the look we're going to today, that actually isn't too bad. So we're going to do that same thing, just doing fanning motions, kind of circular, just to make sure we're not taking off anything underneath, which shouldn't be happening. But since I don't have a great brush by Beauty Accents, I don't know how to say that. I'm going to take it on the tip of my nose, like that. And I'm going to take a little bit and put it on the bridge of my nose, just to give some more shine. And I personally love fits well, so I'm gonna take that and do like that. And I'm gonna put some on my inner corner, like that. And just a little bit more on this side, because that side's a little bit not as good. So for lips, I'm going to be taking my Sephora Rogue Gel Lip Liner in the shade, what shade is this? I'm not sure what shade this is, but I'm going to take this to outline my lips. I can't really talk you through this, so just try to watch and see what I do, or if you have another way of how you like to do your lips, do that, because whatever works for you is whatever works for you. I'm just here to give you more tips and advice, and just to show you how I beat my face to look like this. I am an actual catfish. I'm going to take my Bare Minerals Liquid Matte in the shade Swag, and I'm just going to add that to the lip. And this is a super good. Okay, so I think that's all for this look. If you like this, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, but a lot more crazier, definitely subscribe and push the notification bell. I had a great time filming this video. Obviously, my confidence and my ability to walk you through the steps of my makeup is going to improve as I continue to create these kind of videos, but bear with me. I promise you that my content will improve a lot. Thank you for watching. Bye.